Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys can see me. I'm on my porch outside, so I don't know how good my Wi-Fi is going to be, but let me just get this all set up. Let me know if you can hear me and see me okay, and I'll get this started. Man, Facebook has a lot of options I haven't used in a while. Effects, what the heck? Look at all this stuff in here now. Text, what's up, everybody? Okay, so I just wanted to go live and talk to you guys about the MDC marketplace because it's a word that we've been kind of like dropping a lot lately, and we haven't really talked a lot about it. We've told some of our core leaders. We haven't like launched it yet, although we have let everybody know now that was at Mastermind. They got to kind of get a sneak peek and hear a little bit about it. So I wanted to share, I guess from my perspective, I wanted to share a little bit about the concept of it and the idea behind it and kind of like how we came up with it. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. I'm not going to be dropping brand names just yet. We will be launching it sometime, I think next week, and then you'll know what brands are in there. If you were at Mastermind, you know a couple of the brands that are in there. I'll just say this, we have between 50 and 100 brands lined up right now, and about 7 of them are officially closed and will be launching with us, and some of them are in completely different categories than we're in right now, and some are going to be in the same categories that we're in now. So essentially, the interesting thing about marketplace is we will be competing against ourselves, which is really interesting. So I want to share with you guys kind of the story behind it, how we came to this conclusion, how we came up with this idea, and what was our thought process behind it for the network marketing industry. So we've been saying a lot of things like, you know, this is going to merge industries, and we really believe that it will. So first, before I kind of go into marketplace, I want to just kind of preface what I feel like the issues are in the industry right now. So interestingly enough, we came up with this House of Brands idea a few years ago, and it was a big risk for us, honestly. And there's actually a book out there by Brett Blake, former CEO of a network marketing company. It's on Amazon. It's called Renewal. I actually came across that book before or after I named the convention Renewal, but in that book it talks about basically how to do everything wrong in network marketing and how to correct it and how to do it right? And one of the things it talks about is going into a lot of different brands or a lot of different product categories and not being able to sustain. So this is a common problem that network marketing companies are faced with. So there's actually 2 problems. One is companies only choose one category, and that's a problem with that because network marketing leaders live in an age of technology. They live in an age where they can buy anything they want instantly from their phones. They can just go to Amazon, couple clicks, and they're done. Not a lot of patience for people out there that want to shop through a physical person anymore. Like network marketing essentially is the old way of network marketing is becoming obsolete. The new way of network marketing will not be obsolete, and I believe that that's something that we have figured out. So the biggest problem we have seen in network marketing before we even came up with My Daily Choice was that companies were pigeonholing themselves into one category or one product. We're a skincare company, we're a weight loss company, we're a travel company. And then when that product line or brand wasn't hot anymore, there was no way for them to pivot into something else. So you see companies like makeup companies trying to like suddenly launch CBD, and then you see like CBD companies trying to suddenly launch protein shakes, and just kind of like all over the place. In our experience, Josh and I's experience as field leaders, we saw that this was a big problem in the industry, which is why we wanted to create My Daily Choice, which gave people really a choice to choose their passion, choose the niche that they want to be in, because we didn't want to go after just one demographic. We wanted to go after a global demographic. We wanted there to be something for everybody. So that was the initial concept of My Daily Choice. And now I'm going to share with you what we have seen evolve in the industry and what we feel is coming soon. Okay? And originally, we were going to be sharing this at ANMP at the event. We won't be able to go to that event this year. We were going to be speaking on all of these things, so you should just share this video. It was going to be pretty much what we had planned to share. So here's a couple things I want to say. as network marketing has changed, as technology has changed, as AI has become very present in our society and is rapidly evolving, there's a few things that are happening. One, on the job side of the world, jobs are going to become more obsolete. AI will be replacing a lot of people's jobs. If you are of value to your company and can provide a human connection or human touch or human specialty that AI can't do, you're going to see a rise in network marketing because there won't be a lot of opportunities outside of sales. Even I feel like doctors in the future will be, replaced by AI, especially allopathic medicine, which is symptom drug. And I don't want to go off on too many tangents here, but I do know that technology is changing everything, even in our own industry right now. So what we're seeing in network marketing now you see companies that have misbranded their companies. They've started with one thing. They've tried to pivot. It's a bit of a confusion. Josh talks about his experience with his former company before he came into My Daily Choice. But the issue has evolved even from there. And it is the issue that Amazon and e-commerce has taken a massive market share of the network marketing industry. So, for instance, this whole ordering online concept, I feel like and ordering from referral marketing started with network marketing. I remember trying 10 years ago or 15 years ago, trying to get people to buy products through my website and thinking, oh, they're never going to go for this. People aren't going to buy online. They don't want to put their credit card in there. They're afraid that it's going to be like that. And, they're going to get their credit card stolen. And now it's just like a day, like it's everyday shopping. Everybody's used to it now. And so the resistance of going through a rep is greater than it's ever been before. People would rather not have so many conversations. They'd rather just buy what they want, have it delivered, and call it a day. Get on with their life, on to the next thing, right? And so here's one of the biggest issues in network marketing that we feel we've solved. That is technology. So the technology in the network marketing industry. Now, I'm just going to explain a little bit of how technology works in other industries. So if you go to a Macy's or a Nordstrom's or any retail store, you're going to see them on their computers, and it looks like it's from the 1990s or 1980s or even before that. It's like black with green letters. It's, push F12. Some of you guys know how to use all that. I have no idea. I would be so lost today if I had to operate that kind of stuff. So you see the technology in retail stores is very bad, right? It started to evolve in grocery stores. Although it's still so behind where e-commerce is right now. You have companies like Instacart now making grocery shopping obsolete, and you see the automatic checkouts or self-checkouts or whatever now instead of people running these, stations. So the technology in the network marketing industry is no exception. It's a technology that's never evolved. There's only a handful of companies out there that do technology or back office software and operational software for companies. This may scare you guys a little bit, but it's the truth. Majority of companies out there, majority of network marketing companies don't have operational software for their business. They're using a variety of different softwares, and they're trying to make sense out of it all. They're trying to connect the dots between all the different technologies, to trying to piece it together. Not just companies, influencers in general. Influencers come to us all the time and they're like, I have to have, these pages over here. I got to have my website over here. I got to have, this MailChimp account over here. And everything's just all over the place. And it's a nightmare to try to figure out all the pieces. But imagine trying to run a network marketing company on spreadsheets in 2023. It's just not going to work. It's nearly an impossibility, and a lot of companies are still running that way or using third-party software that really have no idea how the network marketing industry even works. So here's the other piece. The technology that keeps track of genealogies, okay, I'm talking about referral marketing technology. There's not a lot of options out there for that either. And the options out there don't always work. If you've been in other companies before, sometimes your back office doesn't report what it needs to report. Sometimes you're in a situation where you have to call corporate every single month to make sure your paycheck's right because their software is not calculating it correctly. And if you're not a master of calculating your own paycheck, there's a good chance you're not even getting paid correctly. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's just what we have right now in this industry. So Josh created this technology right in the middle of COVID, when everything was calmer, when events were down, when we had more time on our hands. We spent some time at our ranch. And he's like, you know what? Tired of not being able to expand in my business because I'm basically handcuffed to the existing technology that's out there, that's not evolving, that's not growing. And they don't have to, because it's like a monopoly. Like, there's like 2 or 3 major companies out there that run all software for all network marketing companies, and it's extremely limited. Now, from the consumer standpoint, you may look at your website or a website and say, well, they have really good design, so that means they must have really good technology. No, they probably just have a good graphic department, a good marketing department. However, behind the scenes, the actual technology running it is oftentimes very, very bad. It's inaccurate. You're not going to get reporting features. You're not going to get anything. So Josh created his own technology to kind of fill the void in our company, but also it's becoming an industry-wide need as well. So now let's fast forward to today, okay? So now we have really great technology. It's only been in existence for 1 year. So if you see how iPhone comes out with a new iPhone every year, they have iOS updates. You go into the app, you have to hit update. You see this all the time. We've only had 1 version so far, and it's pretty damn good with our first year. Now, we went out, we hired 20 different programmers in Hong Kong and all over the world. We have some really smart people up in Berkeley, California, the tech hub of the world, or of the US. And we've put the most amazing, smartest people we know together to figure all this out. And so fast forward to today, we still have the e-commerce problem. So we know that technology must evolve in network marketing if network marketing is going to exist. We know that much. So we've got that. But now let's tackle the e-commerce problem. E-commerce is a big problem for network marketers because, like I said, people are lazy, they want convenience, they don't want to think about it, they don't necessarily want to build relationships with people to get their everyday items. And while that building that relationship is definitely more of a glue, and people will, if they have that relationship, but initially creating those new relationships to begin with, you're competing against Amazon, right? And so what does Amazon do differently than network marketing companies? Well, let's think about that for a minute. Because they have $500 billion a year market share right now. Network marketing is a $200 billion a year industry. That's all the companies. There's thousands of companies out there. We're just one. Okay, so we do pretty well every year. However, we're like a peon compared to Amazon. Every company in network marketing is a peon compared to Amazon. So what do they do differently? Well, number one, they don't care about competition. They don't care about competition. If you type in jeans, like I'm talking about like Levi jeans, let's say you type in jeans in Amazon, what are you going to get? You're going to get 20 different brands, right? And you're going to get reviews. You're going to get thousands and thousands of people's comments reviewing these items, right? So we wanted review technology into our business so that people could just look and see the evidence for themselves without having to necessarily be sold on a product. They can see thousands of social proof testimonies. We wanted that technology. So that's one thing that they do differently. They're not afraid of competition. So they will have multiple different brands within one category. Now, initially when we were thinking of this idea, I'm going to be honest, this was the problem that we were facing. Ready? I'm going to be so transparent right now. The problem that we were facing as a company that a lot of companies face at the stage that they're in is this. They have a lot of inventory. They don't know necessarily which inventory is going to move or sell. And launching products is a risk every single time. And the reason why is because you have to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of products, and you have to hope and pray and wish and believe that the affiliates and the customers are going to want the products. You don't necessarily know that in advance. Now, you could do marketing research if you'd like, of course. That's going to give you a little bit of insight. However, you don't necessarily know that those products are going to sell. And so it's a huge risk to the company every single time. Okay, so we saw this. We have 10 different brands. Some of them are extremely popular and popping, and some of them are not. Some of them are kind of dead, and I'm just keeping it real. So it's impossible to have all of your brands being super popular all at the same time, because the reality is people want a variety, and as trends move and change, The idea is to be able to pivot with those changes, not necessarily be married to all the decisions that you made, married to all the brands that you have committed to, right? But if you have an abundance of inventory, you're pretty well committed to it, and you just hope and pray that it sells and that it's going to be popular one day. The other issue with that is, as you're taking these risks on, you have a problem with expiring products. So let's say CBD is really popular right now, but next year it's not. Okay, you may have an abundance of inventory, and then it may be really popular 2 years from now. Right? There's a lot of guesswork involved with running multiple brands. So we already identified the problem with pigeonholing yourself to one brand or one product line. But there's also a problem with massively scaling into a lot of different products and brands as well. There's a risk on both sides, okay? So here's what Amazon does differently, like I started to say. They're not afraid of competition. They have a lot of different brands. They are just a technology company, right? All they do is connect the dots. They're connecting brand partners, which is what we call it. We call it a brand partner, which is vendors or other entrepreneurs that have existing inventory. They connect them to their marketplace so that consumers and sellers can be connected and buy the products as they wish. Now, this is low risk for Amazon because they're not buying the products. They're not fronting the cost for the products. They're just the technology in between that's connecting them. Now they have on a whole other side, which is shipping, which we have our own warehouse and warehouses all throughout the world. And so we're set up for that. So they're not afraid of competition. The problem with network marketing companies is they are terrified of competition, right? I mean, you guys probably just saw it in 420. We launched our gummies, and I'm not going to say what they are because I want this video to last more than 10 minutes. And then you see other companies trying to launch gummies at the same time. And you see all the trash talking happening on Facebook and all these social media channels, which doesn't really happen on Amazon, but it happens in network marketing. And it's like, mine's better than yours, right? And what if you could sell both of them in the same environment and people could just choose? Now, when we were doing the HempWorks roadshows and the HempWorks era of life, right, it was like, our CBD is better than yours. And it really was. I'm just keeping it real. Ours is literally the best out there. But what if we sold all of the different brands? I'm just throwing a hypothetical out there. What if you type CBD and you get everything? Now, I don't care what you buy. Now, I'm not going to buy the other CBD because I know better, but I don't care if you want to buy the cheaper CBD. By all means, if I get a commission for it and I'm just connecting the dots, go for it. Buy whatever you want. If you go to Amazon, you may be looking for a pair of jeans. You may look at Levi's. You may go to the Levi's store within Amazon and see all the different Levi's products. But ultimately, you may want to buy a pair of Gap jeans, right? And Amazon doesn't care who you pick. They don't care who you pick. So let's think about that for a moment. So my daily choice right now is 10 brands in different categories. What if we opened it up to everything? Now, here's the situation we found ourselves in, which helped us come up with this idea. We had CEOs at our doorstep. It was every single week, and it was multiple weeks in a row. I'm talking major company CEOs came to our office. They're sitting in our desk at our conference table, and they're saying the same things. Everybody's saying the same thing, which is, I have too much inventory. My sales are down. I don't have enough money to launch anything else new because I still have this other inventory over here. And, my affiliates are hopping around all over the dang place because they're bored and they need something new every 5 minutes, or they're just not entertained enough to stick around. This is shiny ball syndrome, right? And so we're like, okay, so as we're evaluating these brands and these products and these companies that are coming to our door, we're thinking to ourselves, okay, well, your products, aren't as perfect as ours. So we don't know if we could sell it. We're thinking, how do we relabel all your products into our labels? And we're thinking, our people are like detectives. They'll read every little ingredient on there. So if we launch something under our brands and it's not perfect, we're getting called out. We already know that. Thank you guys for making it that way. It's keeping us integrity, So we're thinking, well, we can't, I'm sorry, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do because your products and your philosophy and your audience does not mix with our audience. And so it was a very hard line in between there. And so we were thinking, how do we create a situation where we don't have to say no? How do we create a situation where we can say yes? How do we create a situation where these CEOs from network marketing companies can come in, they can plug in their products into our website, and we can fulfill, they can send us the product, we can fulfill their orders for them. They don't have to take on so much overhead and running a complete staff because they can leverage ours. We have an amazing customer service team, we have an amazing warehouse team, we have an amazing corporate team, and they can leverage our operations that we were forced to build because we have 10 brands right now, which is a lot. Most companies have 1, 2 at the most. We can put it all together. We just have to get over our own egos that, like, we're afraid to compete against ourselves. Why are we afraid to compete? We shouldn't be. We should just let everybody in. As long as they're not harmful products to the consumer, they're legal, right, and all of that. Why should we turn them away? So that's kind of how the idea started. We're like, how do we bring all companies in network marketing together that are struggling, that have a database and they have products, but they don't have the ability to continue their operations? Have you ever had an amazing product in network marketing, but the company went out of business? Because there's so many things. They have to pay payroll, they have to pay workers' comp, they got to pay insurance, they got to pay, like, you guys don't even want to know all the things that we have to pay for to run a company. It's astronomical. It's insane. It's really a hard puzzle to figure out. And so most companies get in this situation, they can exist. If they exist for the first 2 years, they're above 80% of companies that end up surviving. But if they can get to 5 years, that's like miraculous. And if they can go beyond 8 or 9 or 10 years, that's legacy status. Now we are into our 8th year right now, and we're trying to think outside the box because we do believe that change in this industry is coming, and it's so needed right now. It's absolutely needed. So that's kind of where we were going with this idea, and how it resulted, and here's the twist, is we started realizing another thing. We realized 80% of brands, whether they're network marketing or not, you go to your local nail shop, there's probably a punch card, there's probably a referral program. 80% of brands, 8 in 10 brands out there right now already have an affiliate program. They already have a referral program. They already know that this is the smartest way to build business, right? So now I want you guys to expand your minds just a little bit further. We've solved the network marketing problem, but now how do we tap into other industries? Well, let me give you guys an example. Nike just came up with an affiliate program, right? Except Nike doesn't have affiliate software. They could go shop around. They're going to get the 3 only companies that exist for affiliate software, and the majority of them do very not good, not accurate, or they could come to us. We have state-of-the-art affiliate technology. So imagine this. What if not just network marketing brands were in our marketplace? What if major brands were in our marketplace as well? I'm talking, I'm going to say brand names, but I'm going to tell you these are examples. I will not share brands that are confirmed on this call right now. So these are just examples. Don't get overly excited about this, but this is the future, okay? So I'm talking, what if we had Converse? What if we had Nike? What if we had Adidas? What if we had Bath and Body Works? What if we had Ulta? What if we had Sephora? What if we had all of these major e-commerce and retail brands that also have an affiliate program, but they don't have the network marketing database? Imagine if you're a retail brand, you're paying up the whatever, like for retail space, right? And people are buying online and they're buying from their friends. So if I'm Nike, I want to get my products in front of network marketing, right? Because I know network marketing is $200 billion a year and growing. And there's amazing leadership. It's trained leadership. Leadership that has been trained for 20 plus years, that knows how to make sales, how to grow teams, sales teams. What if these retail brands wanted to get in front of that? So imagine this. What if, I'm wearing a Vans t-shirt today. What if Vans wanted to come into our marketplace? I don't know why they wouldn't. I'm sure at some point they might. They probably would. They want to come to our marketplace. And what if my friend who comes over to my kid's birthday party in 2 days says, hey, I love your shirt. Where'd you get it? And I say, I got it from Vans, but I bought it through the MDC marketplace. So I got it at a cheaper price. And if you buy the same shirt, I get a commission. Now what did we just do, right? Now, if you can just expand your mind to understand what that is. No, so right now, network marketing is used to selling brands nobody knows about, right? And they're not necessarily designed as well as what we see on retail shelves. Like, they all always look a little bit different. They're a little bit, like, you have to like think about like, what is this? And we try to sell it, right? When people come visit us, we have all the hand soaps, we have all the laundry soaps, all the things that we're buying from the network marketing industry is in our house because we're trying to expose it to our regular friends. What if all your regular friends out in society who are not in network marketing, who already have the understanding and brand recognition of these outside brands, we have access to those brands, that conversation is suddenly way easier. Like, yeah, you could go to Nike.com. Go ahead. Go buy the shoes. But I'm going to buy it here. I'm going to get it cheaper. And I'm going to get paid if I refer it. I'm going to get paid in real commissions if I refer. So if you can go buy it direct, you're going to pay more and you're not going to make any money on it. So if you have an awareness of what it means to become an affiliate of My Daily Choice, just imagine you're going to have access to possibly hundreds and hundreds of brands that people are already buying every single day anyway, but now you're buying it in a network of not only network marketing brands, but e-commerce brands and major retail brands as well. So the way I see it, we're merging 3 different industries into one technology. Now, why can't Amazon do that? Well, Amazon doesn't know network marketing. We do. We are experts at network marketing. This is all we have done since we were 18 years old. We've done this for 20 years at least. Between Josh and I together, we've done this for a very long time. We know everybody in the industry. We have been through the toughest parts of the industry. We know what will work and what doesn't work in the industry. So, and I'm not just trying to like make us sound good. I'm just saying Amazon doesn't have experts in the industry, right? And so there's one thing. Here's the other thing. If you want to be an Amazon seller, let's just say, that's fine. You can definitely do that. Your commissions are going to be very, very low, and you're going to have to refer. You're going to have to extract each code you're going to have to extract the embedded code on each product and put it on your own blog or website, and then hope people buy through this third-party blog, website, WordPress, whatever, and then you're going to get like a few pennies for every time it sells. You can't just go Amazon.com/Jenna Zwagil and everything that you buy on Amazon, I get a piece of. It doesn't work like that, right? And here's the other thing. Amazon, it's hit or miss. You already know they have some fake reviews. You already know that all their stuff comes from China. You already know that it's not vetted. You already know that the size and the products are not always accurate. I can't tell you how many times I thought I was buying a full-size rug and I got a Barbie rug. Like, you just don't know what you're going to get all the time. Now, there's a lot of things that Amazon's doing right, but there's a lot of things they're doing wrong, and those are the things that we're going to do right. Okay? Because you can go to mydailychoice.com/username, and whoever shops on your website, whether it be Nike, whether it be HempWorks, whether it be Body Melt, whether it be XYZ, you're going to get a piece of that. Now, here's the next thing I want to bring up, and I'm going to close this out. AI is here. AI is here. We're already using it at our company level. We're already using it. And a lot of companies are already using it. And here's the thing that you guys need to know about AI. AI is going to replace jobs. Like a lot of jobs. It's going to replace assistant jobs. It's going to replace copywriter jobs. It's going to replace possibly graphic designer jobs in the future because it's going to keep evolving. It's going to keep getting smart. It's going to replace marketing jobs. It's going to replace a lot of different things that you wouldn't think about. It's going to replace a lot of different jobs. And so if your job that you're in right now can be replaced by AI, then you're in a situation where you're going to need to be in a company like ours to stay afloat. And I'm just keeping it real, y'all, because this is already happening now, and it's happening at such a fast rate. Now, wouldn't you want to be the human piece of a company that is using AI, but in a smart way, so that you can build a real business and offer products to people that they're already looking for, but in a network where you know that goods happening, right? So here's actually the final piece, and I will wrap up here. One thing Amazon doesn't do that we are going to do is this. When I buy on Amazon, I don't know if I'm doing good for the world. I feel like I'm probably not. And it's hard to avoid because, you know, you run out of toilet paper, I got toddlers. I'm like, I don't want to run to the store. I'll just buy it, have it delivered, whenever. Like, I don't know if I'm actually helping the world at large when I'm buying through Amazon. In fact, I have a pretty good feeling that I'm probably not doing good by the world when I shop on Amazon. I have a feeling there's just not the best practices. And maybe I can't say for sure, I don't know. But I just have a feeling that maybe it's not always the best stuff out there, right? So like, here's the trend and here's where things are going. If you buy a bottle of Evian water, you can read the back of it. And it'll say, we are carbon neutral. And by the year 2025, we are going to replace all of our plastic bottles by only recyclable material. Have you guys started seeing that products are now advertising impact and sustainability? And they're talking about the earth and how we can change things so that we're not piling up plastic in landfills, and how we're not putting plastic in oceans, and how we're not trying to damage our ecosystem in which we live. I don't know that Amazon is monitoring that. I don't know that that's even on their radar. But I do know that if I buy a gallon of Horizon milk, it says that they're carbon neutral and that these are the missions that they intend to accomplish by buying that milk. I do know that when I'm shopping, I look for that message when I'm shopping. I look for that because I want to know that if I buy this brand, I'm doing good. And if I do buy this brand, I'm keeping the world where it is, which is destruction. Right? So I know very consciously that I have a choice in where my dollars are going and what I'm going to support, right? I think that's on a lot of people's radar right now. I think that's the trend. It started with corporate social responsibility. It's evolved so much since then. Companies used to do this just so that they could appear like they have a heart, so that people would buy our products. But now it's much further along than that. And now we're actually looking for measurable impact in which people can feel good about what they're buying. So here's what my daily choice is going to do, and is already doing, to change how people are shopping. We have a house of brands right now, but what we see in the future is a house of impact. So imagine this. Every time that you're buying HempWorks, and this is an example, we don't have all of the details worked out yet, but we are working on this diligently right now as we speak. But here's an example. Imagine you're already buying CBD every single month, right? Or at least every single year, 420, right? If you're buying CBD already, and you know that if you buy HempWorks, your automatic purchases are also planting trees or planting hemp or doing something that's going to implement sustainable measures for the whole world. If you had a meter in your back office that showed you how many trees were planted, or how many meals you're providing to kids that are hungry because you bought Body Milk, for instance, or one of our nutrition brands, right? Imagine like everything that you're purchasing has an impact related to it. And imagine if you had the technology to visually see the impact that you're doing on a daily basis. My daily choice is I choose to do good with my voting dollars, right? I choose to do something that's going to better our planet, not harm it and keep it stuck in this whatever chaotic thing that we've created. Like, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to know that when I'm buying something, I'm also doing something good, right? And so our house of brands is going to be tied to our house of impact. And these new brands that are coming in, right? I'm talking big retail brands and others, network marketing, e-commerce, and retail. They're going to come in. We're going to ask them, how would you like to change the world? What impact are you most interested in? Is it domestic abuse? Do you want to donate to that? Is it human rights? Is this something you want to donate to that? Is it, animal shelters? Is that a big passion of yours? Is it horse rescues? I don't know. Is it, reforestation? Is it that? Is it taking plastic out of the ocean? Is it that? Like, everybody has a way that they want to contribute, and they don't know how to contribute because we're busy. We're buying things unconsciously. But what if you could change the world by just on the things that you're buying already? Then for sure you're going to want to shop here versus Amazon, right? For sure you're going to want to buy something here versus, just Target. Because when you go to the big box retailers, you don't know what you're supporting. And a lot of times these organizations have political affiliations, and then you really don't know what you're supporting. So imagine if you didn't have that attached, you didn't have that drama attached to your purchasing. You're going to make that decision, and it's going to make a lot of sense, right? So that's kind of where we're headed. That is where we're headed, and that is what we're working on right now. So as we start to evolve things in May, so this is next week, we're going to start making announcements. We're planning to do a webinar on Monday. That's May 1st. We usually do them on Thursday. We're like, nope, we got to get it here. We got to do it now. We're going to get on a webinar on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific. We're putting details together for that. This is going to all be pushed out here live shortly. And I want everybody to get on this because we are going to talk about all of this in detail. We're going to talk about what the plan is. We're going to talk about how we're going to change the world through marketplace, how we're going to start onboarding brands, how we're going to start implementing this merger of industries, and what it means to you, not only as a consumer of somebody that's going to shop here, but as an affiliate for somebody that wants to create a business here as well. So if that makes a lot of sense to you, then you want to get with somebody that is an affiliate of My Daily Choice, that you can have access to this special Zoom that we're doing here on Monday, so that you can get in before we launch all of this, which is coming, like I said, next week. It's coming in May. And we will begin onboarding our first brands from that point on. So I just want to share that with you guys. I didn't want to keep this super long, but I did feel like I needed to explain kind of where our head was at with all of this and really what the future is, not only for My Daily Choice, but the future of all of network marketing as we see it. So thank you guys so much for hopping on, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye, guys.